Hello everyone, I'm Silver, and welcome to finally, I've been talking about it for months on numerous vlogs, in numerous videos at certain points in times when I'm bored. I've talked about it many times. Finally, I've gotten to the third generation, the third showing off my art, where I show off the next 100 characters. This will be, 200 to 300, or the third generation, as I put it. Last time I did one of these, I still had blonde hair. I think it was the summer, maybe the spring. I haven't checked up on it in a while, but it certainly has been a while. So this video is also Waffles, my boy, my little Pangu. He's helping me with this one, so Waffles. And I'll be showing you off my art. Obviously, if you haven't checked out the other two generations, I made a playlist of them. I'll put that link in the description below, so you can check them out for yourself. I recommend you check them out before this one, because this one I do some characters I've already done in the other ones, so you can kind of compare and contrast them. And yeah, so let's get this show on the road. Enough talking from me. Obviously, you guys came for art. I'm gonna show you art. So, first off, right, we have. Now, I haven't touched these in a while. I don't remember when I finished these. I'll put the date up right here because I always put on my Instagram when I finish them. But this was like months ago, all right? So this has been finished for a while. So if I forget some of the names, I'm sorry. I knew them when I drew them. I knew them for a while. But I have 2 generations done now. Like, I have 5 generations done. So there's 2 generations after this I've been able to complete between the time. So, yeah. So first off, we start with obviously a character I've done before, PD Piranha. I did him in a different show off, so check that out. But this is him, if you notice, from Mario Strikers Charged. Obviously, there isn't a paper version of him from Mario Strikers Charged. There's none of them from Mario Strikers Charged, so I have to make them based off the characters I already have. And so it's relatively similar, nothing too different. His colors might be a bit different just because, well, it's been a while, so I might have either run out of that color or just use a different one accidentally. So the colors might be a bit different, but altogether, I think I did this one relatively well. He's got his little chest piece there, his helmet, and yeah, he's got the cut right there. If you don't know, I point out the cuts, meaning the things, like the area where the character came off the paper, so I had to use another piece of paper to kind of fill it in. So there's a cut right there. One long cut, and that's it. Nope, there's one right there and one right there too. But aside from that, I think that's it. This is the guy that started off the 3rd generation, and I don't remember drawing him personally, but he, yeah. Oh, on that note about PD Piranha, something I want to tell you, and I'll probably mention it when I start this series back up again, but Mario Strikers Charged, I want to say maybe a month or so ago, me and Alex were like really high on it, for lack of a better term. So we were playing it a lot, and Alex was playing it on his own, and he beat PD Piranha because he put together this team and whatnot. I don't remember his team exactly, but he beat it off camera, which obviously I got frustrated with because I was holding off playing Mario Strikers until I had a capture card, so that way I could beat PD Piranha for you guys, like I said I would when I initially played the game. And he beat it, so I will still be returning to it because I want to get to the Crystal Cup. I believe, no, not the Crystal Cup, the Striker Cup. Is it Striker Cup? The final cup. I want to get to the 3rd cup and I want to win it. That is what I want to do. And I still will be doing that, just now PD Piranha won't be the final boss. I have no idea who the final boss will be. But anyways, on to more Mario Strikers. Another character I've already done, Monty Mole. This one, of course, a bit harder. But yeah, he's got his shoes, he's got his chest plate, he's got the things in here, and he's got his little helmet thing. I actually like this. I thought that I was very creative with this. I also fixed his face because I think, if I remember correctly, his face in the other one was like shifted a little bit. It wasn't exactly centered, so there's a cut right here, obviously where his face goes. And yeah. So, same red used as PD Piranha. And if you didn't know already, I don't know if I've done other Mario Strikers. I think I have, but just in case I haven't, just to tell you, all the minions, they'll be done in red, because that's like the default color, unless in the future I decide to do the other colors, which I probably won't, because that means I'll have to go digging through like 200-300 characters to find every one. This one was done, the minions are done in red, because that's just it. So like Birdo, Monty Mole, Koopa Troopa, Dry Bones, all of those guys, they'll be done in red. Whereas the captains will be done in their respective colors. So, yeah, there's Monty in red. That's 2 down. I have no idea how many I'm gonna get done. I don't know like how long I'm gonna go for, because I also want to edit it too. And I can't edit if it gets like past 30 minutes. So I think I'm gonna try and get through as many as I can in 30 minutes. Next up is Birdo. Now, one thing you probably noticed right off the bat about this Birdo compared to the other Birdo I did, this one is a lot smaller. And I want to make it smaller because initially I didn't mean to make it so big when I made normal Birdo. Sorry, my nose is very itchy if you keep seeing me do that. I'm just trying to get rid of the damn itch. But the other Birdo was really big. And I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that it was really big compared to a lot of the other ones. That's one of my least favorite, probably my least favorite thing about it. It's what brings down my love for that specific one. So I fixed it with this one. Obviously I kept the head. I traced the head, right? I remember doing that. I traced the head, but everything else is kind of like shrinked down. It's called shrinking down. To accommodate its size. So there's a cut right there. And otherwise, it's in its red face paint. And, yeah. It's, relatively normal in size and whatnot. But yeah, same red used for these two. And, still winking whatnot, got the facial features and all that. I think I did relatively good. The diamond could be done better, but yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's good. So yeah, I got the chest plate and all that. And yeah, once again, like I said, red. Always red. The minions are red. And now we take a shift because we're no longer focused on Mario Strikers. And also, you will notice something as I do these videos. Well, you'll probably notice it by like the time when it starts happening, because it will happen very, very soon. This generation is mainly focused on getting Sonic completely out of the way. So, majority of the characters are Sonic characters. I'm gonna put that out there, alright? In case you're looking for Mario, that comes back in later generations, but this one is mainly focused on getting the Sonic characters done. So, I did a lot of research, I found a lot of characters and all that, made sure they were legitimate, and then drew them. So, yeah, Sonic characters. But as of right now, like I said, I didn't ever say it was immediately happening. I said it was happening shortly. So we still got a few Mario characters to get through, including another one that I've already done. I've already done the Bonsai Bill. No, what's his name? There's the Bullet Bill, and then there's the Big Bill. Oh, it's been so long. Oh, what's his name? I can't even look it up because I'm using my computer as a stand. That is unfortunate. But, the Bonsai Bill? I think it's the Bonsai Bill. If not, I'm sorry, you can get mad at me in the comments for this one. I'll accept it. But this is the targeting, or the charging Bonsai Bill. Obviously it's red. Probably my favorite one out of the bunch, just because I like the difference between the red and the silver. Azure silver. Oh, no. But yeah, so there's that. Nothing really special, nothing really different compared to the other ones, other than the fact that this one's like a lot more red, not as much black, which I can appreciate. I don't like it when drawings take up so much black. I mean, I don't like it when they take up so much of every other color, because that means I run out of that color, but like, yeah. So next up, following that same trend, because I wanted to get the bonsais out of the way, we got the gold Bonsai Bill, which honestly, you'll notice right away it's not gold. I drew this in yellow. That's one of my biggest regrets. I regret not drawing it in gold. If I could go back, I would draw this in gold, but I've wasted the yellow, so I'm not gonna get rid of it and stuff. That seems pointless. But yeah, just know that if I could go back. Oh, the power just shut up. Oh, the power just went out. Jesus Christ. Well, everything's a bit darker now. Wow. There's a storm going on right now, so the power's... Give me a sec. Let's see if I can make this work. Okay. Does that eliminate anything? Yeah, it eliminates a little bit, so let's just bear in mind right now, the power just went out, so unfortunately, I'll have to make do. But yeah, if I could go back, I'd draw some gold, and yeah, so, gold bonds, I feel, everyone. The biggest disappointment of the group. And now we move on to the Sonic characters. We start off, we've already done Sonic, if you didn't know. Like I said, check out the other videos. I'm gonna keep telling you to do that if you haven't already, because why would you watch this generation if you haven't watched the other generations? That makes no sense. But we've already done Sonic, we've already done Silver, and we've already done Shadow. Have we done Shadow? I don't know. I know we did Metal Sonic. We definitely did Metal Sonic. I don't know. But I traced Sonic to make these characters. So this first one is Tails. Sonic's trusty friend, used with the same shape. Yeah.
CJ, no lavagem.
Yeah, the power went out.
I know.
Yeah.
A avó foi ouvir a TV e a luz não acendia.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ora não. Ora, mas esta também ainda para de noite.
Yeah.
It's okay. Ela ali para trás. It's come back.
Yeah.
Is the rain maybe thunderstorms or something make like that? It's make problem for the lights.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, honey.
It's alright, it's okay. So we got Tails, obviously. Tails traced off from Sonic. But yeah, you'll notice I do that a lot. I'll take characters that like kind of relate because they're from the same, they're kind of close, but they really like aren't the same, and I'll trace them because that's really all I can do. So yeah, that's how I made Tails. He's a little bit shorter than Sonic, I think. I try to make him accurate to Sonic's thing, but yeah, I think I did him relatively well. One thing I don't like about these Sonic characters and the way I made them is just this hand here. It makes like little sense, but I kept it in anyway. And yeah, I try to make it as accurate as possible. Also, if you're wondering, that was my grandmother, so she's living with us now. We're having a renovation. That's why, you know, a lot's going down. So yeah, Tails. Honestly, I had a lot of fun doing Tails. Tails was awesome. Nothing I really changed about him. There's no cuts. Oh yeah, there's a cut. His hair right there. There's a little cut at the end there. But yeah, no, I think I did relatively good with Tails. By the way, comment down below who's your favorite for all of them. Any showing off my art, comment down below who you think is your favorite, who you think I did the best on. And ow, sorry, my sneezes hurt. Yeah, just do that. Oh, sorry, it's allergy season if you're wondering why I'm sneezing. I didn't take a Claritin today. I probably should have, but I didn't. Next up, obviously, if we did Tails, we gotta do Knuckles. So here he is, my boy, Knuckleo. He, done in, I think, the same shade of red I did the Mario Strikers characters. So there's Knuckles, obviously I think you just saw it. Yep, there's shines on the camera. There's a tape, there's a cut right there. But Knuckles again. His hand makes a little bit more sense, but still, I don't know. I feel like I would have made his head just a slight bit more round. But yeah, here's Knuckles. I tried it once again, try to make him as accurate as possible. It was really disorienting doing him because like I was used to this portion of Knuckles for a while, and then I saw Sonic Boom and how big he is, and I look back at this one and it just looks so disproportionate to me. You know, is that like that for anyone else? Because I feel like that so much. But yeah, I did Knuckles. Here he is. Actually, I'm gonna keep Knuckles over here because I gotta do Mecha Knuckles, or the gray Knuckles. I gotta do that one still. So it's mine set up. Give me a sec. They're not here. Yeah, I want to go. course, want something good. Okay, back hit again, that time with my brother. Next up, I'm actually quite fond of this one, is Amy. Amy, of course, holding her hammer because I was like, yeah, I think to shake things up, I'll give it to her. Now, if I could, I mean, it's technically accurate, but if I could go back, I'd still fix their headband, like her headband right here. I feel like I messed up. There's a cut right there, and a cut on her hammer, right there. So, right there. So there's 2 cuts, which is the most we've had so far. Otherwise, I think I did Amy relatively well. The first female character I've done this generation, the first female Sonic character that I've done. Obviously there's a lot of pencil marks if we look at it from this side. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. Like, oh wait, really, you can barely see the, no you can, right there. There's pencil marks, so. I was clearly lazy with that. I fixed my mistake, I gave her eyelashes. And yeah, I feel like her dress kind of pokes out a little bit too much right here. But otherwise, I think I nailed it relatively well, giving her the feminine form, while trying to make it accurate to Sonic. So, all these characters, I literally had to put Sonic on the light board, put a piece of paper over it, and just trace, look a picture of, Amy, for example, and then just try and trace Amy, or Knuckles, or Tails, or whoever else I do, off of Sonic. So you can see where the challenge comes, but luckily I think I did a pretty decent job. And yeah, so there is Amy. I'm actually gonna let go. Okay. Toy Story. It really makes you talk to inanimate objects thinking they're real. Next up, we have a character that I didn't know the name of. I think I made these around the time or shortly after. I think I made it during my playthrough of Sonic Forces, which is my favorite Sonic game, of course. But I didn't know this character. I think I mentioned that in the series, one of the first episodes actually. I didn't know this character before this, but luckily I memorized the name, or at least when I draw them for at least a little while, I memorized the name of every single character that I do. Except for the block doc, which her name was Natasha, and I didn't even call her that when I showed her off in the generation. But point is, I have this curse where once I draw a character, I know their name. So I know that this is Espio now. And this is actually one of my favorites I did. I just like his hand and all of that, and his, I like it so, I like the design of Espio so much, and I like how I did him. He's probably one of my favorites I drew just based on that. And you saw the shine, there's a cut right here. There's probably gonna be a cut on a lot of these guys. And yeah, so I try to make their emotions as accurate as possible, which is why Knuckles is got his eyes down, but he's smiling, because he always looks kind of angry, but ready for a challenge. Tails is just eyes wide open, smiling. And then Amy is just eyes wide open, smiling. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Then stay away. My brother and his friend are over. I apologize for that. I bloody hate it. But yeah, as you can see, he's clearly unhappy because Espio is typically very laid back and very chilled and whatnot. But yeah, so there's Espio, one of my favorites. Beauty. And yep, so there's that. Next up is a character I had no idea even existed because I'm not I wasn't there when Sega started. I mean, I wasn't there when Mario started either, but I wasn't there when Sega started. My dad didn't even know this guy existed, but his name is Fang, I think? Fang the Sniper? I think. But I didn't know this character existed, so I looked up. Apparently he's a forgotten character from Sonic. Obviously there's a cut right there, but he's a forgotten character from Sonic. So I did him, I was like, oh yeah, well, this guy's kind of cool. And so I did him, and notice when I say I did every Sonic character, I literally did every Sonic character. So, yeah, he's got his hat on. I think I did that pretty decently. I think I made him pretty decently for a first run. I didn't even know this guy. I had to look at old pictures of him because that's all they had. So there was very little to go off of. And I think I did this guy pretty decently. yeah, I like this guy too. I think I did pretty decent on him. There's nothing I really say I'd change. I mean, the hand, obviously, but not much I'd say I'd change. Aside from that, I think this guy got his colors very accurate and everything. It seems pretty good. So yeah, there is Fang the Sniper, assuming I'm saying that right. Next up, another forgotten character, Mighty the Armadillo. I remember that one. And this character was a bit more of a challenge because of obviously this part right here, which I feel like I could have done a little bit better, but hey, what can you do? So there's a cut right there on his ear, a cut right there. And, yeah, another forgotten character. Very black. Don't like that. Don't like that much because obviously black is the primary color used for every single drawing. And these guys, especially when they're mainly black, they take up a lot of it, so, yeah. But, yeah. I tried to cut his nose in a way that looked like the armadillo thing, so. Yeah, no, he's there. Not much else to say. I think I did him pretty decent again for a first time with very little to go off of. I think I had more to go off of with this guy than I did for Fang, so. Whatever. Yeah. So there's that. Next. The first big character in the series, I actually had to use him to make a bunch of other characters. We got Vector. Vector's got a cut right there, another cut right there, and then a cut right there. So, yep. There's the Vector. The tallest character I've done so far. And I feel like I could have done his headphones better, but aside from that, I think I did him relatively decently. I got his chain in there. I mean, his arms are kind of slim. But then again, so are some of the thing. I try to make him bumpy, like his chest thing is, if you want to call it that. I got his tail, his spikes, everything. I think I did him relatively decent. In my opinion, I don't know what more I could have really done. Maybe I could have put his other eye right there, but otherwise, I think I did him relatively decently, actually. Yeah, not much else I would really change about Vector. But I'd end up using him to make a bunch of other characters, and yeah, we'll get to those guys when we do, so Vector, everyone. Vector. I only know Vector because of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. That's when I got introduced to him. And this character, I didn't know either when I started playing Sonic Forces. And this is probably, in my opinion, the second worst character I did. The worst is coming up, but in this generation, my second least favorite, or my second worst, is probably Charmy Bee. I don't like my design for him. I don't think I did him that good. I really don't like him. He's the smallest character. I don't know if he's the smallest in this generation, but he's definitely the smallest I've done so far. He's got no cuts, he fit on one piece of paper, and I feel like I didn't try with this guy, you know, I feel like I didn't do him good enough, I didn't do him. I would go back and do him, but like, I don't know. I really don't think I did this guy that well. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on him, but that's Charmy Bee. Yeah. I don't know if I traced him off anyone. I think he himself was traced just by himself, like he wasn't traced by anyone, so I think that's part of the reason why too. Okay, and now we move on to people. Some of these people you've seen before, some of the people haven't, that's why I'm not going to spend. If I haven't talked to them before, or they haven't been in a video before, I won't shed too much light on it, because I don't know if I have their permission or not. So, we're going to fly through the people very quickly. But I did a lot of people in this channel. Why is it getting darker? Is it getting darker? Why am I getting darker? Am I getting darker? I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't tell, but I'm getting darker. So, the first person I did, I went to Instagram, I think, and I asked people, do you want me to draw you? I think is what I did. I think that's literally what I did. Because at this point, I've drawn me, and I've drawn Parker. Parker first, me second. So this time I wanted to expand more. I wanted to do more friends, but I didn't know who to do. So I went to Instagram and be like, hey, anyone want me to draw them? And be like, you know, the first person to reply is more of an acquaintance. He hasn't been in a video yet. I don't know how I'd put him in a video, but like, the only way I can really shout him out is he was the one who recorded my monologue. My monologue, I'll put that link in the description below, where I am Connor Rubin. I'm that guy in the straitjacket in the insane asylum. He was the guy holding the camera, so you can thank him for having footage of that. But this is Quinn. Obviously, I'm not going to say his last name because you guys never know, but as you know, with these characters, with these people, I asked them, you know, what do you want to wear and whatnot, because that's the process you want to go through. Because I'm not going to draw them for them. So it's like, I mean, I'm drawing obviously, but I'm like, they choose what they wear. So I just asked Quinn, you know, like, yeah, what do you want to draw? He's like, oh, put me in a sweater, like a dark blue sweater and pink shorts. I was like, okay. And so this is Quinn at the time. Obviously, he doesn't have this hair. I'm going to stop talking while I'm ahead, but yeah, there's Quinn. Good person, good guy, very funny. Next up, Kezia. Now, this is probably my least favorite person I did this generation. Kezia is not my least favorite person that I drew, but this drawing of her is probably my least favorite because this was the first female character, like actual human being I've had to draw so far. And there's a lot of mistakes here. Obviously, she didn't know what she wanted to wear, so she just like, be like, oh, pick it yourself. So I gave her like a purple shirt and white shorts, which I definitely regret doing. And even with the Zonic characters, like I said, this hand is pointless, but it's there. Her hair, I don't really like because her hair is like a mix of like blonde, brown, and red. She dyes it red all the time, so it was a mix of that. She's got bangs and whatnot, and I don't know. I feel like I could have done better on the hair. She doesn't have lipstick or whatnot, which is another thing I don't like about this one. But I didn't want to make it look like a guy with long hair, so I put lipstick on. But I definitely regret that. And then her eyelashes, as you can tell, like I'll put it right up. I drew the circles for the eyes, and then I put like the eyelashes, which I don't typically do. But I forgot the eyelashes, but I was like, damn it! Like I was finished drawing, I was just like, damn, what else can I do to make this look more like a girl and not like a guy with a purple shirt, white shorts, and long hair? I was like, oh yeah, eyelashes. Obviously, I've done it for Amy and whatnot. Eyelashes. And then I put the eyelashes in the wrong direction. Like I put this one facing correctly, but then I put this one also like that. And that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. I hate it. I don't like this. I don't like this one at all. Which is why I redid her later in the generation. You'll see it. But this is version 1 of Kezia. And I highly regret it. But I'd use Kezia to go on and make other female characters, obviously better than Kezia. Not like that, but like better drawings than Kezia. But next up, if you want to check out Kezia, she's in the Salty Boy podcast. That's where you can find her. Next up is Byron, my good man, and the star of the Salty Boy podcast. Literally the funniest man on there. And one of the funniest friends. Obviously, this is not how Byron looks now. His hair is a lot longer. Oh, sorry, my culminating group for drawing this thing. But anyways, Byron, obviously the first black person I've drawn so far, which I support black people. I just don't have a lot of black friends. Not because I don't, I'm never in class with them or at a point in time where like we talk enough to be friends. So I'm not. Anyways, my first black character obviously is the guy's SJC sweater on because that's where we go, and he always wears this stuff. I didn't ask Byron if he wanted me to do, or I think I did. He said sure. And then I just like, okay, you know what? Instead of putting you through the effort that I do for everyone else, because then Byron doesn't have a phone. So I have to like email him like back and forth, and that takes a lot longer than texting. So I just went like, you know, to save the hassle, I want to save the time constraints and all that, I'll just put you in what you wear every day to SJC. And so that is a sweater and the SJC pants. So that's what he's got here. And yeah, he doesn't look too happy, but whatever. And yeah, this was Byron during the Salty Boy podcast. This was him. So woo! If Byron were here, he'd say that's racist. But I showed this to Byron. His first reaction was, "Why is my head so big?" So Byron. He approves. He approves. Next up is Liam. Liam, I've mentioned him a couple times. He was meant to be on the channel already. He isn't on the channel, but he was gonna be on the channel. We were initially gonna, well, I tried to record Little Nightmares 2, the demo for it, the one with the hunter. And my recording stopped 8 minutes in, so Liam didn't get put on. But you might have noticed him. He influenced me, or he told me to play Gnarled Hag. So, which are two of because I did 2 videos on it. It's 2 of my more successful videos on the channel. So big props to him for that. He's also played a lot of Drive Ahead with me, but none of those he has commentary because those are just highlights. So yeah, Liam he's been a lot active on, he's probably the most active salty boy on this channel, but he's like the least featured, which is a really weird way. But yeah, here he is. He's wearing I believe it's a German war suit. I just asked him what he wanted to wear if I drew him, which I did. And this is before I filled in the eye things. And I just passed half an hour, but I want to get through all the people and then I'll end it. But yeah, so I didn't choose for him to wear this. I'm sorry if this offends any of you out there, but please don't do anything rash, okay? This is just for fun. It's just a drawing. Calm down. But this is like a war suit or something that I asked him what he wanted to wear, and he said, "Oh, I'll wear this," because he's a big fan of war, kind of like Ethan, who you'll see later in the episodes. But yeah, there's a cut right. Oh, have I been mentioning the cuts? I don't think I have, but there's a cut right there. And aside from that, yeah, that's Liam. I don't really know what much I can say. He hasn't changed much, I don't think, over the years, but you know. So yeah, there's Liam. Good friend, good man, really good man, quite funny, too. Next up is Brie. Well, one of 2 Bries. I haven't. So as you know, right now I'm making the podcast hosted by Azrael, me, and Eden. With that being said, there is a Brie on that podcast. This is not that Brie. This Brie is in grade 11. As I'm recording this, I'm in grade 10. And she's never been in a video, which is why I can't talk about her too much. She's never been associated with the channel either, so there's that. But here's Brie. I asked her what she wanted to wear. She sent me like a selfie that she took in this shirt. So this shirt was like, if you're wondering why it's so detailed compared to everyone else, this is the shirt she was wearing. I tried to make it to the best of my ability. So yeah, as you know, as I mentioned, I took Kezia and I traced her to make other female characters, obviously learning from my mistakes with Kezia to make these others. And so Brie came out a lot better than Kezia did. But I go back, like I said, to redo Kezia later on, so that gets fixed. Anyways, yeah, so Brie, there's a cut right there, her hair bobby and whatnot. Gray pants, because that's in the selfie that she took. Eyelashes fixed. No more lipstick, fixed. So I learned from my mistakes, and ultimately I think this is probably one of my favorite female drawings I did. I won't be doing any more humans. I keep forgetting to mention that. I won't be doing any more friends and whatnot in this format, because I created this format by myself. Like this, I didn't look at a picture on the internet to make this. There's no paper humans that I found templates for on the internet and just traced everyone off of this. No, this I made by myself. And I've been using this format where like there's a hand right here, the body's like that, the legs and the feet are like that, the face is up here with the smile on. That was me doing that, which is why the design looks so horrible. But once I'm done doing all the characters I'm doing right now, I'll go back and I'm gonna redo all these people in the exact thing that they're wearing. But I'll be going back and redoing them all. In this new format I found, this format I found, by Draw Anything, which is something I use a lot. You'll see me talk about them a lot more in the future generations, but I haven't associated with them right now. But they've drawn humans in this style that's similar to the paper style, and I plan to use that. I plan to use that for the new format for the humans. It's a lot better because it's made by a professional, and I've been using Draw Anything to make Brawl Star characters in the future generations and whatnot, so shout out to them. I'll put a link to their channel at the end of the video, and I'll be using their format for new humans. So don't expect much more drawings after this generation. Don't expect any more drawings looking like this. This is the last one. These are the last ones. So yeah, there's Brie. And yeah. Brie. And then finally, actually the final two. We'll get to the final two. Hopefully if we get to 40 minutes, it'll be like the other videos, because the other videos always end in 40 minutes, so whatever. Alright, we got Ethan. This boy, the other salty boy, the last, actually wait. The last, like, official salty boy that we do. As you can see, he's got a cut right here. He's a lot more plain than the other ones, because Ethan, he's very, very plain that way. You know, he's got short hair, no beard, not like me. He's got, like, no facial hair at any point in time. And he's just lengthy, whatnot. Nothing really interesting about him. So, here he is. Docile. He's got his polo shirt that he requested to wear in blue because he looks good in blue. Whatever. You want more Brie? You can check him out. I mean, yeah, you want more Ethan? You can check him out in the Salty Boy podcast. That's reason he actually made a guest appearance on the 3rd episode of the podcast, which hasn't been uploaded yet because my editor's taking a little long. Sorry. But, like, yeah, so there's Ethan. And, not much to say about him. Traced off of me, of course, but pretty accurate in my opinion, pretty accurate. Not much more to say. This is just him. That's what he wanted. And then, for the first time, this next character, the final character I'll be showing off in this video, this character was traced off of not me. This is the first human traced off of not me. And for a very good reason. This is also Ethan. As much as it doesn't look like it, this is also Ethan. This is Halloween Ethan. I didn't do Halloween Byron because Byron didn't dress up for Halloween. I've done Halloween me twice now, actually. And I've done Halloween Parker. Now this is Ethan that when I dressed up as the Joker. I'll actually put up a picture right here. I dressed up as the Joker. That year he dressed up as James Gordon. We kind of like planned it out. So he's like, oh yeah, we'll do this, we'll do this. My teacher actually dressed up as Batman, but he got out of his Batman costume before me and Ethan could take a picture with him. But I was Byron, he was Joker, he was James Gordon. So this is him in his James Gordon suit because I did everyone else in the Halloween costume was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do him. It looks nothing like Ethan, right? Obviously, but yeah. So he's got his mustache that was there. He's got his glasses, you know, the bobby wig that he used to make James Gordon. He's got the black pants still. That's the only like thing that's the same as him. He's got his trench coat jacket thing that's actually colored in the same color as his shirt. He's got his tie. I try to make it as accurate as possible. Like I said, if you look at the picture, it's relatively accurate. And then he's got a cut right there. And yeah, so that's that. There's Ethan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the video is almost 40 minutes long, woohoo, but hey, what else can I expect? So, yeah, if you, like I said, if you somehow, for some reason, stick like this long into the thing, be sure, be ready for more, because I will definitely be recording more of this, very, very soon. I'll be uploading it as soon as I can. Yeah, this is Gen 3, showing off my art number 3. Check out the other two if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more of this, because as soon as I can, I will be making Gen 4, because Gen 4 is done, and then Gen 5, because Gen 5 is done. I'm working on Gen 6. I'm actually currently at 504 drawings. I'm working on 505 right now. Halfway done it, so yeah, life's good in the drawing department. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon, and yeah, so yeah, stay tuned for more. Obviously, next time next video, we're starting off with my least favorite character. Like I mentioned, when I showed off Charming Bee, he was like probably my second least favorite that I've done so far. The next guy show is my least favorite that I did in the 3rd generation. So stay tuned for that, alright? And yeah, see you very, very soon. That's not my outro. Oh my god, I haven't made a video in so long where I actually had to do my outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm as a Silver. Like, comment, subscribe, and this, more gaming vlogs, whatever else comes. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys. There we go. That is it.